Alright, let's try to graph something a little more difficult because, frankly, example 4 was just too easy for you brainiacs. So, if we want to sketch this graph where we have log base 10 of x over 4, then what you want to do is when you make your table, you're going to need to plug in x values that will help make, really what you want to do is you want to make this x plus 4 multiples of 10. So really what we want to do is we want to set x plus 4, or x over 4. We can set that equal to a 10. And so if you saw that, you get, multiply both sides by 4, you get x equals 40. So we'll plug in a 40. Now the reason you plug in a 40 is because if you plug in a 40 divided by 4, that's going to give you a 10, which means you have the log base 10 of 10, which is just 1. So your y value would be 1. So you're going to go all the way over to 40, up 1. Next one you'd want to try is what would give you a a 0, so, or a 1 here. So if you set x plus 4 equal to other powers of 10, so this is like a 10 to the first, you could set x over 4 equal to a 10 to the 0, which is just x over 4 equals 1, which means you get x equals 4. So if you plug a 4 in for x, you're going to get the log base 10 of 1, which is just 0. Then say we want to plug in like a, set it equal to 10 to the negative 1. Well, that means we have x over 4 is equal to a 1/10. So if we solve this by cross multiplication, 10x equals 4, x is going to be equal to a 0.4. So we're going to plug in a 0.4. If you notice, you're getting different decimal values of for the problem here, and they all include 4s. So then our next value would be 0.04, and what do you think your y would be equal to? Oh my gosh, you're so smart. So I told you, you just needed a little more difficult problems. We could also plug in like a 400. If you plugged in a 400, yeah, what do you think your y would be? Sometimes there's just no fooling you. Just too smart, kid. Too smart. So let's go ahead and graph some of these. Only problem is it's going to be a little difficult to graph because we don't have a huge humongous graph here. So what we're going to do is we're going to just graph mainly these 3 here in the middle. And so we're going to go over 4, up 0. So there's the first point. Then we're going to go over 0.4. Oh, hey, bro. Over 0.4, down 1. And then we're going to go over 0.04, down 2. So here's where your graph is going. Through here, that makes a sharp curve. Now this graph should not be going above y equals 1 as you go right, not till you get all the way out to 40. And then this graph just keeps going down. Still have a horizontal asymptote, or sorry, vertical asymptote at, well, if you're talking about vertical, then that means you have x equals. So we're going to have x equals 0 for your vertical asymptote. Only time your vertical asymptote changes or moves is if you have a number out here or up here with your x. So basically what we've done is we've just shrunk this graph and it's squished. So there's your values. But the big thing I want to show you is that you need to take this value here and set it equal to powers of 10. Okay? Okay, good luck with this. I know you'll do well.